Since the time mankind walked on the face of the earth, they encountered many devastating events. And every time,
Irrespective of the differences,
they stood beside each other to stand tall and overcome the challenge. Let's look back and see some of the battles won. About 5,000 years ago, an epidemic commonly known as Sirka wiped out a prehistoric village in China around 3000 BC. Around 165 AD, the Antonine Plague hit the Romans, which lasted for 15 years, and that contributed to the end of the Pax Romana, or the Roman peace. Around 541 AD, the plague of Justinian ravaged the Byzantine Empire. It killed around 10% of the world's population then. Then, in the year 346, the Black Death traveled from Asia to Europe, leaving devastation in its way, wiping out over half of Europe's population. In the 16th century, the American plague hit and 90% of the indigenous population in Western Hemisphere was killed off. In 1720, the Great Plague of Marseille may have perished around 30% population of Marseille. An estimated of 500 million people from South Seas to the North Pole fell victim to the Spanish flu in 1918. Then the swine flu pandemic originated in Mexico in the spring of 2009 before spreading to the rest of the world. In 1 year, the virus infected as many as 1.4 billion people across the globe. Every time humans encountered such catastrophes, it opened up avenues to explore and invent ingenious ways to handle the situation by coming up with numerous medicines, vaccines, best practices, ways of life, and so on. When we look back, we can now connect the dots, as you can't connect the dots looking forward. So you'll have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in the future. You'll have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, and that will make all the difference. In the last 2 years, we've seen that the world has been falling apart yet again. It needed some faith, courage, the necessary self-confidence, self-belief to get through the toughest of times, and understand that if we keep persisting through the difficulties, we will eventually evolve above it. We were unprepared for the setback, and we needed to encourage ourselves up, pump ourselves up. Why? Because we couldn't wait and hope that someone else will come and cheer us up, make us feel better, tell us what we'll do better next time. We had to rely on ourselves. We had to have faith in our ability to figure out what works and what doesn't. We had to have that inner belief that everything we are doing for a positive outcome in the future. We consistently stepped outside our comfort zones and kept pushing the boundaries of what's possible. It was hard. It was scary. But we had to keep our resolve alive, active, and well. For our fellow beings, we had to persist despite the difficulties to help each other overcome the challenge. We kept telling ourselves, we are not done yet. We will fight this. We will surpass. We will evolve, as we are not yet dead. And now, it seems that the end of the tunnel is near, but the battle is not yet over. Today, when we look back, we can now connect the dots, but still wonder whether it was the nurturing or the empathy, the collaborative effort or the inspiration from within that made us fight back and steer ahead.